Welcome back, everyone, to Million Dollar Listening. I'm your host, Chris Ristau, and I have a special guest here, Geof Garcia. Jeffrey, thank you so much for coming in today. We truly appreciate it. For those that don't know, Jeffrey is one of our newer agents, but he's not new to the industry. So I always like to bring our agents in, talk to them, get to know them a little bit more, but also not just for me, but for the viewers. So, Jeffrey, tell me a little bit about you. How you got into real estate, just where you're from, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I got my license like end of 2019.
Okay.
So actually, that's before the COVID hit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a little bit before.
Yeah,
Not much.
a little before. Yeah, but I've been doing lending, underwriting, anti-money laundering for I'd say almost 15 years in a bank in San Francisco.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you've been in the industry in some capacity for 18 years or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you just brought up the whole lending side, I love to talk a little lending because we're a mortgage broker here. Underwriting, and what was the other word you said? Was that money laundering?
Anti-money laundering.
Love it. No, but you know, most people in the lending world don't bring those words up, right? That's not something we talk about on a normal basis. But guys, a lot of lending has to do with making sure there's no money laundering.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little about the histories of the banking world and why did you get into lending in the first place?
Yeah. So actually, number one, way back 2007, around the year, I landed a job in San Francisco as a teller.
Okay.
All right. So as a teller, fresh from the Philippines, I don't know anyone, or really about lending side. So I was really a mere teller working at the front of the bank.
Yeah.
And after that, there's a lending side of that bank at the back of my office. So during my lunchtime, I have to go there to learn about banking and also about real estate and about lending side. So during my lunch, I have to go there, ask them, hey, do you need any help? Anything I can do for you to make your life easier as a lender? And they asked me, hey, I print something. Can you get a 1003? I said, what the heck?
Yeah. Now, talk about mortgage language. You're like, what is that?
Really, as simple as that. I have no background about lending. I don't know, like a 1008, a transmittal summary.
Yeah.
Way back then, you know.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, 4506, like.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, what transcript?
What the heck is
what is
that?
this? Stop throwing these numbers at me.
Yeah, exactly. But really, for 6 months or almost a year, doing back and forth because I want to learn something. I don't want to get stuck as a teller at the bank, so I have to go there and ask them anything I can help, anything I can do. And people at the front who work with me as a teller, why are you doing that? Are they paying you for free or what? I said, no.
Like, try to learn.
Yeah, I want to learn.
Yeah.
So from that, I learned something. The technology is application form.
Yeah.
After 6 months. And after that, there's an opening for a mortgage processor.
Okay.
And then I applied for that position. And the manager brought me in because I'm in the same office. So from being a teller, I became a mortgage processor doing processing.
Process the paperwork.
Yes, paperwork.
Getting the things go from A to Z, basically, in the back end.
Yes. So I learned that, and that's where I started doing the lending side, and I did that for 2 years. There was an opening for another branch in Burlingame to do a lending. And then I asked my other manager, hey, I want to be a loan officer. Can I apply for that? And lo and behold, they gave me a MLS license. For a bank, you need to just apply for that.
Yeah.
And like for state, you need to go and...
They make it a lot harder for us, is what he's saying.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, your banker got it real good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I get that, and that's when I fall in love with the lending side, educating clients, talking about mortgage, and so on.
Awesome. So got in. I just want to recap a little bit because we always like to hear about who's the story, right? You said
Yes.
At a younger age, came from the Philippines, didn't know anybody, became a bank teller, and on his lunch break, instead of taking his lunch break and taking time off, he said, "What can I do to help?"
Yes.
And because of that attitude and that effort, you made an advancement into getting into the lending side, working on the processing, getting things down on the paperwork. You learned that, and then you said, "What's next?" And that was being a loan officer. So phenomenal story for everyone out there. Just hard work does pay off.
Yeah.
And that is a perfect scenario right there, story, of exactly what that is. So now you're lending, you're being a loan officer, you're educating clients, you're doing all of that part. And how long did you do that for before the underwriting aspect came in?
Yeah, so I did that for almost kind of 5 years or 6 years lending. But imagine this. I have the knowledge being a processor to a loan officer, right? But I have zero connection in the lending side. I don't know anybody. I got the knowledge though, being a lender, but I don't know anybody's zero. So what I did is that I faxed. Right, sorry for that.
Fax, yeah. What's this thing called?
It's machine, the small machine, okay. Send those program that the bank offered to real estate offices about me and what the bank offer in regards to lending.
Yeah.
Like around 300 documents. I do a mailer to real estate brokerage about the lending part of the bank that the bank offer.
Yeah.
And there's only one came back. Out of those around 300 to 400 mailers and documents that I sent out.
Yeah.
And this person called me, hey, Jeffrey, I want you to come to my office. I wanted to talk to you. And I said, sure, this really, give me a shot. I went to the office.
Yeah.
And this person asked me, hey, why I need to hire you as a loan officer to help my clients. And he started telling me about the dislikes, the negative information or negativity that he don't like about loan officers. That loan officers don't pick up phone calls. Loan officers don't return emails and so on. And he asked me, like, are you this kind of loan officer? And I told him, hey, if you call me tomorrow, if I never return your phone call within that one day, I'm gonna buy you and your whole office a pizza. All right. And he gave me a shot. And thank God I never bought a pizza for the whole office.
There you go.
Yeah.
You did your phone calls, you did your job, you made it happen.
Yes, I made it. And that's the start. I started talking to the client. I get so fed up with other loan officers doing those things. I thank God there are some loan officers like that because they come to me instead to them.
Yes.
So, being a new in the industry, being zero connection, I started building relationship to the clients. Even those people that I helped when I was a teller at the bank, I started connecting with them and build that relationship. So I think for me, that's number one key doing in the lending. So it's not just about the knowledge, but the relationship that you build with your clientele. And then 6 years being a lender, and then I the underwriting manager of the bank became my friend. And then I asked him, hey, are you guys hiring to be, are you guys hiring for a underwriter? And then he said, like, why do you want to be an underwriter? I want to learn more. I want to see the in and out.
Yeah, and with the other sides.
Understand the in and outs of the underwriting. Said, yeah, we are hiring. So I dropped the lending side and became an underwriter for about like 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
After that, and again, that's where I understand the underwriting side of the lending, how a loan get denied, how a loan get approved, how a loan gets suspended.
Yes.
So I understand all those things, understand the policy, the credit guidelines, talking about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and non-QM loans. So understand all those things when I was an underwriter.
Awesome. So you got a huge knowledge base on the lending side, right? I mean, from loan processing to talking to clients as a loan officer, from a loan officer to an underwriter, understanding the guidelines and what basically passes go, doesn't pass go. So all of that. All right. So you worked basically your whole career in lending, let's call it. And then from there you became an agent. What made you change that up a little bit? Like, what made you decide from learning all of this lending side to turn it on to become a realtor?
So during that time, I worked at the bank, and also I took my real estate exam on around September, October of 2019, and I passed. what pushed me doing that is I want to elevate my career in the lending side and helping people. And for me to elevate that, to help homeowners, is to become a real estate agent. Just because, again, I have the knowledge of the lending, and now how can I transform this knowledge into helping people finding the home that they're looking for, the American dream.
Yeah.
So I took my real estate license, and yeah, I passed the exam.
You're here. You definitely did that for sure. I love it. You know, those darn exams.
Yeah. And then the following year, I think 3 or 4 months right after, the COVID hit. I was so devastated after that, just because, again, I just got my license.
Yeah.
And
you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. And then the COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I'm about to give up.
Yeah.
I'm about to give up because, again, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I was also working as a anti-money laundering analyst during that time.
Okay.
So I moved from being underwriter to be anti-money laundering BSA analyst. So I'm doing side by side during that period. And I'm about to give up. And then what I do is that, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm here. There's a purpose. There's a reason that I get my license. I start calling actually all my sphere of influence. During COVID, what I do is that I cook. I love to cook. All right.
Just so you guys know, he will be cooking here at this office. I've already told him. I've seen his soon-to-be plug. We're going to plug you real quick. His soon-to-be cooking show. Let me tell you, stay tuned for this because it is going to be phenomenal. Okay, I was like, what just happened? He goes, I go, my man. So he loves cooking. I love that. So keep going. Keep going with that.
Yeah.
I gotta plug your new show.
Yeah, thank you.
I would not be doing that.
Yes, be ready for that.
Be ready. Yes. The guy's like, oh man, I've got a lot of work ahead of me.
Yes. So during COVID though, so what I do, almost every weekend I cook. And what I do is that I cook a lot, and I go to my previous clients and bring those food to them because they don't want to go out or order any food in restaurants. So I keep doing that almost every single week. Maybe 2, 3, 4 families every week that I visit. Bring those foods.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
And then around July, someone give me a call. They get, hey, I want to buy a house. I get, all right, I'm ready.
So no more cooking. So went from cooking and taking care of friends and family during COVID to July.
Yeah.
Getting your first deal.
Yeah.
And then tell me about your first deal, first year. Like how did that work? Because you basically, in some aspects, became a COVID agent, right? That's all what it is.
Yeah.
You got your license.
Yes.
And COVID hit, and then boom.
Yeah.
How did that work for you? Like what did you do to your first year?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, something about Rookie of the Year at your brokerage, if that was correct.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that, because I think people need to hear, especially the agents out there, just in general, like. This is a true story, guys. This is life. This is this is happening. And I want you to take some of these, before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit. Some of these things that Geof has said along the ways, from working on his lunch break to going after positions he wanted, taking risk. Would you agree you're a pretty high risk taker? I would say that you like taking risk. You're not very comfort. You don't like comfort, which is good. You like to learn, right? And when something like COVID hit, you found a way to help out your friends and family, not worry about business.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that literally is what you've said. It said, look, COVID hit, we're all in this together, but I helped 4 to 5 families that I know with food every single week. That's such an awesome story in its own right. Whether you ever sold real estate or not, that just shows how good of a human you are inside. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So then July, you got your first deal, first buyer. Now, take us for the ride. Like, how did you go from that to Rookie of the Year? Like, well, where did that go?
So it's very challenging during that year because, for COVID, I mean, you cannot just visit a property. You have the COVID form.
Oh, those forms?
Yeah, fill those up.
Oh, I wanted to cry.
Yeah, and if they have like maybe 6 or 7 properties that you have to visit, you have to at least 7 form or 8 form that you fill up for each property. So it's really very painful for me doing that.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, so I did that, and then my first deal, I talked to the client, do a Zoom meeting because we cannot really do it in person.
Yeah.
So Zoom meeting.
Most everything was Zoom.
Yeah, and then again, what I did, I educate my client. That's number one. I always educate my client. Even they've been buying properties for first time or second time, I want to educate my clients. So show them about the process of lending and the buying properties. So they got pre-approved. After they get pre-approved, then we made an offer for this property in Hayward, or a condominium around 500, 600 range, 2-bedroom. And then 3 days before we close, I got a call from the lender, all right, that they cannot deliver the loan. And me knowing as a lender, I was so devastated because
something could have been caught
before we close.
Like, you knew something could have been caught along the way.
Yeah.
No way you got there.
Yeah. You've been telling me that everything is okay. Everything's okay now. 3 days before close of escrow or closing, they cannot deliver the loan. So I jump in from the lender, from a bank, to a mortgage broker, direct lender. And from there, this mortgage broker that helped my client was able to deliver the loan. However, all right, this is very memorable for me. They don't have enough funds to close the transaction.
So they can get the loan closed. So went from bank denied loan 3 days prior, moved it to a mortgage broker. So we're going to plug mortgage brokers right now.
Yes.
Mortgage brokers are where it's at in the mortgage industry because we have options that a lot of banks do not have. So then they didn't have enough funds. So then what happened? They didn't have enough funds to close. So we're close.
Yes.
So like I can see the finish line for my clients at this moment.
Yes.
What happened from there?
So we're one step closer to the finish line.
You're like, I'm at goal line. Like, let me just punch this thing in for them.
Yeah, just really right there. And then the loan officer called me. Hey, I mean, there's something over here. We are approved though, but again, we're lack of funds. So I talked to them. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. How about this? You're gonna give a portion of your commission. I'm gonna give a portion of my commission to help this client get the property, the house that they've been praying, and that they've been longing to have for the past almost over 45 days.
Yeah.
Or 2 months.
Stressful.
Yes.
Very stressful. For a first-time buyer especially.
Yes.
Where you the stress that they went through and the way you managed it, the best of your capabilities. I know from being around you now, you're very educational. You're good at communication. Like you could tell it's still stressful.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you guys teamed up, said, look, let's make this happen from the kindness of our hearts.
Yes.
So you teamed up, and then what happened from there?
So what we did, the lender gave a portion of sort of credit to my buyer. Okay. For me as an agent, I cut almost 60 to 70% of my commission.
Okay. A lot. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. But my wife, like, really? Are you doing this? Where's something for me?
Yeah. She's all, you know this little saying, happy wife, happy life? I don't think we're playing in that sandbox right now, Jeffrey. You're like, I'm trying my best.
Yeah. But again, I have to cut my commission from 70 to 80%. And give it to my client just to really get these deals done for them. I talked to my previous broker. They're okay with it. Tell them, let's get this thing done. And just putting all the funds together, we were able to close.
Yes.
Just because, again, we were unselfish to really provide these things to our clients with the lender side and in my side. So we help the client get the house, and they're so happy. And just because doing that, maybe, yes, I sacrificed that 70, 80% of my commission. But guess what?
The good deed
that I did during that time, they've been my spokesperson for every single month, every single year. Just because of that simple things that I did for them.
No, you built a loyal client, and they knew you did it from the kindness of your heart. And I think sometimes people don't see that in real estate as much as they don't understand. Like, we're humans. Like, we understand. Like, we make money when we sell houses and we do loans. Yes, but just like you go to work every day, you do a job, you get paid. It's the same thing for us. But it's not always about the money. It's about the relationship. Right? This is a relationship-based business. And the fact that you saw the opportunity and said, look, I did a lot of work for very little money, but I did a good deed, and this good deed will pay itself dividends long term. Like you said, this person is now your spokesperson. They literally, every time they hear real estate, they think of Jeff. You need a loan, Jeff, right? And that is the best thing that you can get from any of your past clients, whether you had to give a commission or not. If you can get your past clients to refer you more business because you did a great job and they know you are going to take care of your clients, that shows that the level of skill set that you have right out the gate, which is awesome. Most agents not right out of the gate have that, but because I imagine you had some of that business experience from lending, you're able to understand the communication level and the education level and to be there for your clients. So awesome job, man. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. So first deal is a very tough one. By the way, does anybody tell you that real estate is not tough? They're lying to you. Full disclosure, I know all the agents out there want to show you the sold signs. They never want to tell you all the stuff that happens in between all of that. But I will tell you, it is not for the faint of heart. Real estate is definitely tough. Yeah. Every transaction is different. Every one of them. Yeah. One of them is the same. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. Everything could be perfect, and then it goes, one little thing goes up, there goes the perfect transaction, like clockwork, right? So just know real estate isn't as easy as they show you on TV. So now we got through your first deal, past COVID. Now tell me about, like, did you decide you were a buyer's agent, seller's agent? Did you do both? Like, how were you with your first year in real estate? Did you kind of like say, hey, anybody who wanted me to help them, I would help them? Tell me a little bit about like your transaction history that first year. Like, how did that work?
So with the first year, though, it's really more on the buyer's side.
More common, too.
Yes, more common for new agents. Really focus on the buyer side. So right after the first transaction, very memorable transactions that I did, another client actually called me and then did the same thing. So I helped them, first-time home buyer. They moved from from Peninsula to East Bay.
Okay.
So I saw migration people moving from there to here. So I helped them for that. And then another client that I have when I was a loan officer, like around 10 years ago, came back and called me that they're looking for a house. Yeah, and these are my client when I was a loan officer.
Awesome.
So just because, again, I continued to reach out to them.
Yeah.
I continued to call them at least 3 times a year, Christmas, New Year, and Thanksgiving. If you're a Chinese, I call you during Chinese New Year. Yeah, so 4 times. Yeah. So I continued doing that. And again, that's all I have.
Yeah.
People in my
So no lead gen, no nothing. Just literally database, follow up, check in with them, be there for them, not asking for anything, just being a friend. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And build your business.
Yes.
Okay, so now tell me, how many in the first year did you do, transactions wise, just to kind of give an idea?
Yeah, so for that 2020 COVID, I have 5-6 units sold.
Perfect.
From
July to basically one a month
to December.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then how did that transfer to 2021?
Yeah. And then 2021, I've been getting a lot of phone calls, and again, it's all referrals. So I don't do any Facebook ads or
nothing.
Nothing at all. It's really a referral from my previous clients, referral from friends that I've been working for how many years, and that I keep calling every single year. So the following year, I closed, I think, around 16 to 17 units.
Awesome.
The following year.
Awesome.
And just because, again, these are the referrals after referrals.
Yeah. And guys, that's real estate. That's not the lending side. That's all another story for another day. That's just real estate. As you imagine, he also is a loan officer, so you can imagine that's probably close to double that, give or take, right? So then 2022, right, which is just last year.
Yeah.
How did that go for you? Like, tell me a little bit about that. And all of that. Like, tell me, like, where was that next leap of faith for you?
Yeah. So last year, it's a bit different.
Yeah. They're always different. Yeah. No year's the same. Yes. If you're not learned yet, no year's the same, no month's the same, no deal's the same, and you still got to work.
Yeah.
Right? It's a funny industry. You know, they make it look really fun on TV. I try to make it fun here.
Yeah.
You know, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. But tell me about 2022.
Yeah, 2022, actually, the first quarter of the year, it's a bit kind of challenging because we know what happened. The rates start going up.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
And really, I never lose heart if I see those things. I start calling my clients, continue educating them about home ownership.
Yes.
What's the benefit of home ownership? Why buy now, not later? So really, that's what I do to my clients. To be honest, first quarter of the year, I talk to my wife, to my kids, tell them, hey, maybe my business was gonna drop this year because it's gonna be different compared to last year.
Yeah.
But again, I still do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Continue what I've been doing for the past how many years, calling, connecting with my clients. I really be with them, showed up to their houses. I deliver foods to their house.
My man, chef, you got a loan officer, a chef, and a realtor all in one, and an underwriter.
Yeah.
And he'll make sure he doesn't get you in trouble with money laundering. You're a man of many talents, my friend. Many talents.
Yeah. And again, that's the first quarter. But again, as I said, if you just continue what you've been doing is right.
Yeah.
All right. Everything will follow. So around May, I have like 3 deals closed.
Yeah.
Just to sum up, last year I have like 17, 18 units closed last year.
Awesome.
But for the first year though, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
But I never gave up. I'm still gonna go chase those clients.
Yes, you are. I don't doubt that. You're all, I'm gonna follow up with you, and you're not gonna get away from me. If I learn something, if I'm in his phone, you're gonna get a call from him.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, I'm calling.
Yeah.
So you've made a pretty big change in industries, right? Even though it's the same industry, we kind of laugh and joke about it a little bit. How lending and real estate are same industry, but totally two different hats, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not even close to the same.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're just different skill sets. They're just totally different. And so many aspects. That's for another episode, but not today. So you're there. Tell me a little bit. Like, you were in Daly City during most of this time. Like, what brought you out to Antioch, and how did you get here? Like, how did you get from Daly City to Antioch, and how did you get to here today? Like, how did we get from there? Right? Like, tell me about it. Let's bring it back around a little bit. You own a restaurant over here. Like, tell me a little about that. Like, how did this happen?
So, number one, really, we don't like moving here. Okay. That's number. We have friends who moved here like 5-6 years ago, and we come and visit them. And I told my wife, we talk about it. You know what? We don't want to move over here.
Yeah.
It's number one. It's hot.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot.
It's hot.
People ask why I wear shorts every day.
Yeah.
I go, it's hot.
It's hot.
If you don't know, it's hot.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, it's number one. And it's too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no decent restaurant.
That's why you're out here, though.
When I say decent restaurant, I'm not talking about, like the Peninsula, San Francisco kind of restaurant.
No, I know. I worked in San Francisco for 5 years. Listen, we are spoiled in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like, you go down real quickly off topic, somewhat on topic.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know where San Francisco, and most people know where San Francisco is, but you've never been there, and most people go to, like, the mainstay restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, I used to go to the hole in the walls.
Yeah.
A mom and pop.
Yeah.
Vietnamese restaurant or Greek restaurant or anything, because you're going to get authentic, amazing food.
Yeah.
Like, so, yes, there's none of that out here.
Yeah.
I'd love to say that there is.
Yeah.
I will do one plug, Casino Medina down the street. It's phenomenal Mexican food. But outside of that, it's very tough to find, that San Francisco style food.
Yeah.
Daly City style food.
Yes.
Because that's just a boiling pot.
Yes.
Right? Like, it was just all over the world.
Yeah.
So love your food.
Yeah.
You know you're not going to find it out here.
Yeah.
So what brought you out here?
Yeah. All right.
Like, what got you out here? Because I'm with you.
So I have clients actually ask me to show them around the area. And for me, like, I don't know any.
Excuse me. Can you show me where this is on the map? Where do you want me to show you properties? I love it.
And they tell me, like, hey, this property is like east of Laundry Way. East of Laundry Way? Where the heck is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I really don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, for me, I love challenges. Okay. What I did, I drove around the area.
Mm-hmm.
The good side and the very good side.
Smart man here. So, so there's good sides and very good side of Antioch, California.
Yeah.
So for those, I love it. So then we go out you literally live. So this is not an easy drive, ladies and gentlemen. Daly City to Antioch's at least an hour 15, hour and 20, right?
Yeah.
So you're driving out here without knowing you're getting any deal, by the way. Just make sure we're clear, like, what you did. You knew you were coming out here spending gas, time, and energy for no guaranteed deal, right?
Yes.
That's where I think most agents miss the boat. A lot of agents want the instant gratification guaranteed business.
Oh, yes.
you have to put the work in to reap the benefits of what you do, right? Yeah. You reap what you sow. And what you did is you drove out here, just said, I got to learn about the area before I even bring you out here.
Yes.
So you did that. You got to know a little bit about Antioch. And then what happened from there?
Yeah. So what happened from there?
You went from helping a client to buying a house out here. That's some crazy stuff. Yeah. I can't wait.
So they started buying properties over here. I was like, oh, where's that? It's in Brentwood. It's in Antioch. Yeah. Okay. How's the school district?
Yeah.
Number one, school district. Because again, when I was on the lending side, I have clients moving from one place to another, from Fremont to...
Fremont, born and raised.
Yes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Fremont and Castro Valley. I said, hey, why you guys are moving there? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And they said, school district.
Yeah. Broward has phenomenal schools.
Yeah, school district. And then, so, told my wife, you know what? I'm not going to buy a house over here in Daly City, a small box.
A small box? You're being polite today. You mean like a bin?
Yeah.
It is tiny.
Yeah.
It is tiny for 2.5.
It's a 910 square feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A property in Daly City for 1.2, 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And tell my wife, you know what? Maybe we can go a little bit inland.
Yeah.
Right? Not so much inland, but at least, you know,
a little bit.
55 minutes away or 59 minutes away from San Francisco without any traffic.
Yeah.
All right. So, but number one, though, we have checklist why we have to move it. Number one is security.
Yeah.
That's the number one because, again, it's different actually in Daly City 20 years ago to now. It's completely different.
Sure.
So that really pushed us moving out from Daly City to here. So, we have kids actually. So, and now we want to see a security. Number one, school district, top notch.
Okay.
And then proximity to transportation.
Okay.
Proximity to shopping centers. And it goes everything where we bought the property.
Okay.
So told my wife, you know what? Let's go in here. Let's move out from Daly City to Antioch. So, yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we've been here for 2 years. Since we moved like June of 2021.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So who does the shopping of you two? Because 4 on the list was shopping. I want to know who's the shopper. Who's the shopper? Come on. Don't worry. I'm not judging anybody, but I want to know who the shopper is.
I do the shot. At home, I do the shot.
Hey, okay.
Okay. I'll make the decision at home. If I tell my wife, I'll do the shopping, I'll do the shopping.
My man.
I tell my wife, I'll do the cooking, I'll do the cooking.
So me and you are very similar. I do the shopping and the cooking.
Yeah. So really, I'm very masculine like that. Yeah. So my word, I'll do the laundry, I'll do the laundry.
My man. Yeah. All right. Dave, don't listen to this episode. I do cook and I do shopping. Thank you, Geof. You just made me look real bad. Laundry, not so much. All right. So I love it. I love it. So you moved out here. It's been about 2 years. How did you end up here at E3? Like, how did you end up with us? Like, there's lots of brokerages out there, right? You came from a brokerage, right? So tell us a little bit about how you got to us and how do we get to this podcast today?
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah. So moving here and then it's a bit different though because the broker that I have is in San Francisco and driving there's a bit really far every single time if I go there to join a meeting. And don't get me wrong. I love my previous brokerage.
Yeah.
They really support me and, how they, where I'm at right now, I give credit to them.
Yeah.
However, though, I need to level up my my professional career as a real estate professional. And my goal this year is to grow myself and grow my business. So that's my goal this year. It's very simple. Grow myself and grow my business.
I love it.
And I tell myself that, you know what, I cannot do this if I go to San Francisco every single time. It's very exhausting for me. So I start venturing, talking to local agents over here, talking to local brokerage in the area, even other brokerage that most people know.
We're not name dropping today. I get it. That's all good.
Yeah. So we're not going to name names. But,
it's okay.
I reach out to them. Just to be fair for everyone.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I reach out to them and I talk to them, right? I reach out. Some people reply back. Some doesn't.
Scary sign. Scary idea.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to sell homes and I'm looking for a broker.
Yeah.
Yes, it sometimes happens.
Yeah. I talked to them. I even went to their office and talked to them in person, and also talked to our beloved Ryan over here at A3 Realty.
Did you just say beloved Ryan?
Yes, sir.
My man. How much did he pay you for that one?
Sir.
Ryan is pretty amazing.
Sorry, I cannot tell you.
I can't tell you. It was a hefty bill. All good, all good. We all love Ryan. No, Ryan's phenomenal. Yeah, I do remember that. So you talked to Ryan.
Yeah.
I came in. You were on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Came in real quick. I forget what I was doing that day.
Yeah.
I came in, introduced myself. So you talked to Ryan.
Yeah.
And then tell me kind of how the thought process went from there.
Yes.
You met your brother Larry. I know that happened,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But tell me a little bit more.
So I talked to Ryan, and just talking to him, actually not in person.
Yeah.
All right. That's not in person. It's via Zoom.
Yeah.
And really, if you talk to a person via Zoom, there's no like a connection, or people can really fake or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I talked to Ryan, I sensed the authenticity, how he talked, talking about the brokerage, talking about how E3 help agents and really help them grow in their real estate career. And I get, all right, I'll get back to you after that. So the following week, I talked to different brokerage.
Yeah.
And I went there, and this is in person.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
you could say it's okay.
It's just like, I don't know, the vibe of, really the vibe talking to these people. I mean, the people that talk in person is completely different.
Yeah.
And that made my decision, you know what, it's not just because you are a big brokerage, you can do this. All right, because these are big brokerage that well known in the area. And I went back and called Ryan. Hey, you know what? I made my decision. After talking to you, I'm gonna join E3 just because I know E3 can help me grow myself and also grow my business.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's really, it's not really about other things, but really, I know and I believe that E3 can help me grow my business as a person and also help me to grow my business.
Well, we appreciate that. That means a lot. So went out, looked at other brokerages. Some called, some didn't call back. Met with Ryan, who's phenomenal. For those who don't know, that's the broker owner of the company. He's in charge of our compliance, our finances. He's a wizard on contracts. So if you ever have contract questions, call Ryan. He's amazing. And so, yeah. And then you came in. I remember I think you came in and you're like, hey, Jeff. And I was like, oh, hey, yeah, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I was like, I didn't know you were coming. And he came in. I was like, all right. So we kind of chatted a little bit. And then we kind of took you on a tour of the office space and kind of the studio where we're at right now and all that. And so that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And we're happy to have you. You know, we truly see the kindness in you. You could tell when you meet people that they're sincere. You could tell when you meet people that they care. And like when we tell people, like there's a triangle of coherence that we use, which is people that look at decision making like you have done, which is, you know, is it great for the company? Is it great for me? And is it great for the client? And it has to be all three.
Oh, yeah.
I can't make a decision that's good for me and the company. I can't make decisions that's good for me and the client. It has to equal all three of those. And you embody that. You can tell. I mean, just from you taking care of your friends that during COVID were cooking food for them. Yeah, it's a passion of yours. I could tell that you love cooking and you have a cooking show coming. So we know that you love cooking. But the fact that you knew that, like, if I just put other people first, things will fall into place. And that shows how great your success is going to be. And I appreciate you coming here because as you've seen, like, you know, doing a launch video, we're doing a podcast, we're starting a TV show with you. And I can't wait to test all the food, by the way, just a full disclosure. I'm super excited to eat some food here. But just knowing that's only one thing E3 offers. Right. That's like one thing, which is video. That's not all the other stuff that we're going to get into. Yeah. And that's the crazy thing about it. So the fact that you said, hey, I want to grow my company or grow my business and grow as a person, you believed in us, that means a lot to us. Truly does. And sitting here, I'll tell you, we are going to do that together. Yeah. And that's what I love.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Yeah. Like, I'm like, cool. Like, we're in video right now. Like Jeff is like, came into the company, goes, you guys got video? I want A, B, and C, and D. And we're like, all right, sounds great. Let's go. Right. And we're like, cool, right? Let's get that going. And then like, okay, cool. That's one part. Then we'll get all the other, you know, tools and systems dialed in to go with it. And next thing you know, it's just a well-oiled machine. That's what real estate's about. It's partnerships.
Yes.
It's a partnership with your clients. It's a partnership as a brokerage to an agent. It's a partnership. Our job is to provide value and provide service and support to you so you can do what you love.
Yeah.
Right? And so awesome to hear. Well, that's almost the end of our show. What I do want you to do, though, is one last thing for me. I want you to tell the camera, like, why would me as a buyer seller use you? Right? Because this is your show now. This is your 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Tell people why. What is your skill set? Why would they want to use Geof for their real estate and mortgage needs?
Yeah. So actually, that's a very good question. Every single time I talk to a client, let's cross the finish line together. Every single time I tell them that why we have to cross the finish line together. Just because, again, doing or buying a home is not an easy transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a mortgage application with the bank is not an easy task to do. Really.
No, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I have clients, they worried a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Really, for first-time home buyer. And again, it's very common for first-time home buyer. And the
unknown.
Yeah.
The unknown stresses people out.
Yes. But I told them, you know what? I'm going to help you find that perfect property for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Either it will take me a week, a month, or even a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with you and let's cross the finish line together. Let me carry all the burden. Let me carry all the stress. See here? Right? Yeah.
Oh, just right. You got about another 4 years left in real estate.
Yeah, really. Just because, again, I want to make a life better, not just for the property, for my clients, but for the whole transaction process.
Awesome.
And again, I always tell them, you know what? Let's find the property together.
Yeah. Partnership. Let me take care of the stuff that you don't need to worry about. Just give me the trust and faith and educate you on the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure we get past that finish line.
Yes. Which, again, I always appreciate that trust that all my clients giving it to me, the referrals, that they give it to me every single day, every single month.
Well, that's your business.
Yeah.
And that's what's phenomenal. Like, you don't just say that, and I think that people need to understand, every agent says they're the best agent in the world and this, that, and the other. I get it. No, we want to tell everybody that, but your best way of knowing if an agent is really, really good at what they do is they get referrals.
Yes.
And their business is run off referrals.
Yes.
And they know at the end of the day that I love all my sphere, my friends, my family, and they want me to succeed. That shows in general to me how great of a person you are, because everybody you know wants to see you win.
Yeah.
That is a true definition of an outstanding agent, because you're not a transactional agent. You're not an agent that's like, I want to do 100 transactions. I don't care how many people I help, how much money I have to give away. As long as I hit 100 transactions, I'm good. Yeah. You literally take your clients, you build relationships with them. Yeah. Do we have a name for the cooking show yet? Are there a spoiler alert here yet? Can we lay that out there or no?
Actually, the Cooking Realtor.
Cooking Realtor. Guys. And let me tell you, I've already saw, just so I can see, Larry's yelling at me, but I'm going to do it anyways. He's the director behind the camera yelling at me right now. Don't you do it. But wait till you see the first video and just see his intro bumper. Yeah. If you're not going to be entertained by who he is, if by this, I promise you're going to want to tune into this. And these guys, just so you guys know, these are his past clients he's going in to cook for. Yeah. Like, what a phenomenal thing to do. If only my past clients would like me to come in and cook for you, I'm bringing Geof with me. So I will definitely get a dinner for you, full disclosure, but Geof's cooking. So such an awesome thing. Realtor, cooking, love it, and I'm looking forward to it. That being said, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for being a part of V3. And I'm looking forward to the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, because all I see is everything's skyrocketing for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and really partnering with E3 Realty, and with all the experience that I have, really we will help first-time home buyer do the first step towards home ownership.
Absolutely. Don't doubt it.
Yes,
thank you again. I appreciate it.
Chris, thank you.
Awesome. You too. Thanks again for tuning in to $1 Million Listening. I appreciate you, Geof, coming on again. Truly love everything you brought today. Please stay tuned to his show. It is going to be amazing. Once again, go ahead and plug your show real quickly for us.
Cooking Realtor coming up.
Cooking Realtor. And I promise you, I've seen the bumper. It is going to be a show. Thank you again for tuning in. I will see you next time. Talk to you soon.